But here, there is really not that kind of community, to be honest. I've been living here for a month plus now, since September. I don't know my neighbors. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ruth Adewale Oluyale, and if you're new here, I film on love, marriage, and how to make it work by God. And sometimes I film on how life is in Sweden. I'm a Nigerian living in Sweden. Tada! So today I'm going to be talking about the challenge of loneliness when it comes to living abroad. So I'll just use the Swedish Society as an example. I'm sure other societies have their challenges when it comes to loneliness and all that. So first things first, the Swedish Society is very individualistic when it comes to relationships. It's not like the Nigerian society where we live more like a community, even though that is not always the case, especially in big cities. Because even while I was in Lagos, although I was talking to my neighbors, I could be indoors for like even a day, 2 days, and I would not even step out, and nobody would come to ask me, hey, I've not seen you today, and stuff like that. When we see, we greet. When we don't see, everybody's on their own. If I need something, I could go meet them and ask them. If they need something, they come to me to ask me, right? But there's still that sense of communality in the Nigerian society, right? But here, there is really not that kind of community, to be honest. I've been living here for a month plus now, since September. I don't know my neighbors. That's the truth. I see people come into the house or go out of the house. If I saw them outside, I wouldn't know that, oh, that's my neighbor. We live in the same compound, or we live in the same apartment. Nope, I don't know them. So you see that these are challenges when it comes to the issue of loneliness. So you cannot just go to your neighbor's house and say you want to go and play Ludo. Or you just go to your neighbor's house, people are gisting about some stuff like that. So these are challenges, right? And again, another challenge in the Swedish society, especially when you are not, when you've not learned the language, right? It's the language. Of course, Swedish people speak English to a degree, to an extent, right? But if you want to converse, not everybody can converse so fluently in English. Do you get? They can't really converse so fluently in English, and you don't even know anything like that in Swedish and stuff like that. So it becomes very difficult. So you have to, even if you want to be friends, you have to either learn the language, or you meet someone that actually speaks English very, very well and stuff like that. So these are challenges. And another challenge again when it comes to loneliness in Sweden is the weather. The weather is super cold, very, very cold. But when it comes to winter time, you're not just going to feel cold. The day is going to get so dark as early as 4 o'clock. It's already getting dark. So these are the issues. So when it's as though it's already night, when it's supposed to be day, people would naturally just retreat to their houses. It will not really be a time to be socializing and stuff like that. So it makes the night so long and the day so short. So these are the issues. We're in that moment now where the day gets so dark, so early. So people would naturally not want to just be in their house, and I've heard that this time people usually get depressed because of the weather and stuff like that. It just feels I don't know, I don't know that it's psychological or it's I don't know. I really don't know. But the weather has a way of affecting people's interaction and people's what's it called, disposition, basically. So that's another thing about the Swedish society. That's one thing that you need to understand. So how do you navigate all these challenges, right? So if you're somebody that you came to Sweden without any family, or like you just came on your own, maybe as a student. If you're even a student, it's even easier for you because you are going to be mingling in school. Like you have classmates that you just easily just warm up to. But if you are someone that came maybe via a work permit and stuff like that, or you applied for residency and all that kind of stuff, right? And you're alone, it's going to be quite difficult if you don't learn how to navigate it well. That's the thing. And again, if your work is not the type that you'd have to go to the office, because there are a lot of remote jobs here, you have to go to the office, right? You even practically spend the whole day at home and you would not even see the sun, if there's even sun shining in the first place. So that's that. So it's harder for you to overcome that loneliness as a single person without family members and all that stuff. It's going to be quite a challenge. So how do we get through these challenges? In my opinion, I would give out the challenge. I would give out like how we can navigate through these challenges. I'll say that personally for me, I don't think loneliness is really much of a challenge for me, because I was not really the outgoing type, party and stuff like that. I drew my energy from work and from church, not necessarily from outings and stuff like that. I wasn't really the outgoing type. If I were at home, I was like if I'm at home, I'm at home. Like I'll just stay with my phone and stuff like that, do things on my own. But even at that, there's a way that you not having a choice makes you feel something that you usually would not feel. Even if you are an indoor person in Nigeria, but you always have a choice to like go out, hang out and stuff like that, but you just chose to like stay indoors. But when you come here, I think you are going to feel it more, because now you don't really have choice like that. So it's as if you are forced to stay inside. And there's a thing about the human mind. Once you feel like you are forced to do something, the impact tends to be more than if you would just willingly do it. So so that's the thing. But personally for me, I'm not feeling that loneliness, because of course my husband and I, we are here, right? And I joined him, so he already established a community for me, basically. So I didn't come to start from the scratch. I came to meet that he already has friends, a church that he's worshiping. So I just joined, basically. So I don't really have that challenge. But I would advise that those that have such challenges, if you were to navigate it, how would you navigate it? In my opinion, I would say, one, when it comes to the issue of the language, if you can, because to learn Swedish in Sweden is free. There's what they call Swedish for immigrants, SFE. It's SFI, but I think they pronounce it SFE. But it's Swedish for immigrants, and the school is free. It's free. If you want to learn it, it's free. So if you can, I think you should learn the language. Despite you can get by with English, but if you can, learn the language so that you feel a bit more involved. So I personally am already trying to learn the language, and by God's grace, I've registered for the SFE classes, and I will be starting soon. So that's one thing I would say in the Swedish society. If you can, learn the language. Has one. If you cannot go to the school, I think there's an online version, because I personally want to go to the physical school, because it will even help more to integrate with the society. You meet people. Last is inside classroom, Abi, you collect somebody's note, or I don't know how it works, the school system works here, but at least you will have classmates. And those classmates are most likely going to be immigrants like you. So it's a win-win situation. It's a win-win situation. That's basically it, right? So you have that. So with that experience, you'll be able to meet new people and form relationships and alliances and all that stuff. So that's one thing I would say. If you can learn the language, if you can't go to the physical school, go online. There are YouTube videos, just a little bit. I know that you'll not be able to, if you rely on all those other stuff, you'll not be able to learn it as fast as you would. But yeah, if you can go to the physical class, perfect. If you can't, fine, just try and learn the language. Another thing again, if you're a Christian, I believe you should associate yourself with a church. In Nigeria, there was this wave, I think after the COVID-19 thingy, there was this wave of, church is in my heart. I don't have to go to physical church before I serve God, and all those kind of stuff. In this place, Nibibai, I hope I got that Yoruba correctly. In this place, if you say church is in your heart, you don't want to go to physical church, you want to use online church. I don't understand the kind of life you be living. You are doing remote work. Church, you will do remote church. Like, I don't know how you'll be able to cope if you are the kind of person that likes to have people around. I don't know. So you just have to apart from the spiritual advantages to being a church member and all that, there's also physical advantages in terms of integrating in a society. You meet new people, you associate with people that are like-minded. Do you get? Because it's in a society like this where religion is not really a big deal. If you are the religious type, you need to associate with religious people. I'm not saying you will not get by with other people, but if you are the type that really, really holds your faith dear to you, then you should go to church. And if you are a Nigerian, not like I'm advertising, but if you are a Nigerian, you know that there's hardly any country in this life that there's no redeemed church. So if you are the type that you'd want to associate with like minds and maybe nationality and all that, find a redeemed church to attend. If it's not close to you, no problem. Just find a church to attend. I, for one, I attend Hillsong, because I attend Hillsong, and of course it's a white church, right? This is a white church, right? But there are black people there. But it's not just about associating with just only black or only white. Mix. And if you're in a church, you don't just do the one that you will come Sunday like this, you come to church before they say we don't really share the grace, but the end service, before the end service, you carry your bag, you have run away. This one you have to integrate, because you're trying to form relationships, right? And the best way to do it, aside, like I said, well, I'm not talking about the spiritual aspect of these things now, right? That's a totally different thing from what I'm saying. So you're not just going to church to just go and up you go and you stand and you leave, you get to your house. This time, join a department, so that you can't really know everybody in the bigger space, in the bigger sphere. When it comes to a church, you can't really know everybody, and not everybody cannot really know you. But when you join a group, you'll be able to at least you have people you're talking to, and those you likely have those people's numbers. Just chat them up once in a while, and from there somebody is likely going to invite you to maybe their house or a movie or something. That's how you are building your social life here, right? And that's this, because I've also experienced it. I met someone, a lady in church from Burundi. She's African, Burundi, yeah. And she invited us to her house. It was really cool. She has been friendly. It's been nice. And I think she's inviting me also to a movie, I think in December or so. So it's like we met in church, right? So we're already forming that So you don't have to be a stranger in a strange land. When I mean a stranger in a strange land, well, you are a stranger in a strange land, but you shouldn't feel like it. So just expand your tentacles in that sense. Yeah, that's that for that. Then try and be coming out. I know that I think I should take this advice too. But I still try, right? Sometimes I take strolls. Do you get? Just try and see your environment. I know it can be very cold, but that's a gist for another day. They have a saying that what's it called now? There's no bad weather, but bad clothing. But even the good clothing, safe. You have to. It's inconvenient because you have to wear layers of layers before you get out of the house. But just try and be walking. Not necessarily because you want to associate, but because you want to, like when you are inside the house, it's as if you are caged. When you are inside the house for too long, I know that it can be like that because you feel like you don't have anybody you're talking to. Just stroll out, just stroll, go to the train station, not like an entry train, just stroll, sit, just stroll. And Sweden has very, very amazing sights to behold. Just go to the mall. Me, I like to window shop very well. Go to the mall, just stroll, just go to the mall and just be entering shops. If you are not buying anything, no problem, and stuff like that. You get. And again, there's something you can do if you have free time on your hands. Try vlogging. Become a YouTuber and share your experience with us, just as I'm doing mine now. You get. So that's one thing. And winter is already here. If you're in a country where it's very cold, of course, nobody that will tell you that you should buy extra heater, because I know that the houses, the apartments have like their own heaters, but buy extra heater so that you don't freeze. Because sometimes there's a way cold makes you so, I don't even know how to describe it. Makes you so inactive. So you just feel so down, so inactive and stuff like that. But yeah, you should be able to navigate that. So I hope that I've been able to help. If we are going to recap, learn the language, join the community. I talked about church because, well, that's the community I know. But there are other things you can do, right? Join a sport like do sports. Do sports. I don't know, there's a video of my dance class, salsa dance class, right? So like you can join that kind of stuff. Go and join a dance group or a dance class so that you can integrate people. Just find avenues to integrate with people, and in doing so, be very sensitive. Don't go and integrate with people that will put you in trouble, because the rules are still the same. Whether you're in Nigeria or here, there are bad people everywhere. So don't go and integrate people that will put you in trouble. So just in a bit to integrate, don't just integrate with everybody and anybody. So try and still be sensitive. So that's the thing. So sport is also an avenue for you to like meet people. Sport, art, and stuff like that. Once in a while, go to the cinema, watch movies, just so that you won't die of boredom. And again, another thing that can help, you can do journaling. Like you can journal your experiences, or better still, like I said, vlog about it. It will help you. And again, the most important thing of all, just pray. I know that prayer works, right? Prayer really, really, really works. So just pray to God to guide you, to give you direction, to help you enjoy the society that you have found yourself. Because it matters. When you are in a place and you are not enjoying it, and it looks as if it's a burden that you are there, you just feel miserable. So that's what I would say. Pray, sing songs, play music, sometimes dance on your own and stuff like that, and you'll be fine. In no time, you form a community. You find your husband or you find your wife, as the case might be. In no time, you need to give birth to children, and before you know it, you'll be the one to start advising people of how you dealt with it and stuff. So yeah, it's been a minute. Thank you very much. Before I go, don't forget to like, subscribe, Even if you don't need this video, you say you don't want to jackpot, or you are not jackpot, or you have no jackpot, there's somebody that needs it. So when you like, when you comment, when you share, it gives it more coverage. Like the video goes more viral, and people get to see that actually need it. So even if this is not your cup of tea, share it. You never can tell who it might be helping. Until I come your way next time, stay tuned, stay station. You know how they say it, same station, same time next week, but that's not it here. Until I come your way next time, bye bye.